Alright, welcome to Two Arms, a solitaire deck building fantasy game. So, this is a very interesting game that I basically came across when I was basically browsing for roguelikes in the Google Play Store. It really isn't a roguelike per se, but once you get up to level 50, it does actually become a roguelike because you got a crawl mode, which basically lets you have randomized decks and stuff like that. So, yeah, there is a roguelike component to this game, but it's not, at the start of it, a roguelike. But anyways, I just want to jump into it to show off a little bit what the gameplay was like and, show off what the game was all about. Anyways, I've basically gotten up to, a little bit into a campaign here, basically, so you can see, a little bit more of a game. Basically, I'm up to level 12 here, where we have the nunchucks. Because, you get it? Nuns with chucks. Now, notice this is a game that's been updated quite a bit. It used to be that the nuns here were basically holy characters, but they're now holy ninjas, so if you're basically watching, you played this game before, and, you're noticing, ninja next to its name, these guys are basically holy ninjas. That's what they are. Because that makes sense. We also have access to other characters, like the cleric here, the priest, the paladin, the monk. We got elven archers, we got elven druids, elven elites, elven scouts. We got worker traders, we got worker miners, and soldier knights. And then we have our basic farmers and swordsmen. At the start of our game, we start off with a deck, which basically consists of stooges and pikemen. So we basically have a few stooges here and a couple of pikemen, basically improving things for us right there. Now, I have some resources, basically, I gather each turn, basically get as I pick up these cards, I'll basically get more resources from them and advantages from them. So the druid will let me basically get an extra gold as well as play another card for my deck, basically play in my hand. If I play an archer here, we'll get an extra blood, which is basically used to attack people. Basically, you spend blood to defeat these monsters, and that's the ultimate purpose of this game, is to defeat these monsters up here, and do so before your your health here runs out. We start off with basically 80 health. And when it goes down to 0, we're basically dead. There is a way to restore it with potions we can buy with our resources and stuff like that, but we don't want to basically spending stuff like that if we can. Let's just buy ourselves a druid here. That'll basically get us started here a little bit. And then we'll go and maybe buy ourselves a miner. That'll get us a little bit more resource buying for buying stuff. These all, as you can see, cost coins to buy, so early on, obviously you want to get a lot of coins. The scout is a pretty good unit to get. Basically lets you play 2 units from your deck, so I could play basically 200 units. So we'll get one of those. We got ourselves a little bit more here. Let's just spend it on a blood coin, so basically buy us an extra gold base to do stuff with at the cost of some of our blood. And we can use this to basically buy maybe an archer. Alright, we got ourselves 6 gold here, so let's see what I can buy with this. We can buy ourselves a knight perhaps. That'll give some blood to kill stuff with. There's a nice free. I can actually use it to kill something here. So maybe I'll kill one of these hobs here. So pop, there it goes. It's now a dead hob. I can actually buy a monk here, which basically buries a monster when it's recruited, or a priest. And then we can heal up a little bit as well with this guy. So let's get this guy here. So boom, there goes that. He's buried. And you're not always spending your resources, but you lose them whenever you pass your turn. So you want to spend them up as much as possible usually. Ooh, there's a big massive score to kill stuff with. So let's kill ourselves maybe one of these wraiths. We'll kill this wraith here, and we'll kill this hob over here. And if I want to, I could buy this cleric. This guy will eventually bury monsters to the ground, so I don't have to worry about them playing my cards. Basically, this guy's in a discard pile will be played with my hand when I basically come around to it. So they basically have various effects. These guys will basically lower my blood when they're played. The hobs will basically just take out my card slots when they're played. Some of the monsters can have good effects when they're played, but not these guys. And let's see here. Let's buy ourselves one of the elites. These guys have a 2 blood, but they also let me play a card, so they're really good. And I'll bury one of my monsters I basically have with a shovel here, so there goes that hob. And let's get ourselves a bit of blood, I think. So we'll buy a blood coin, and then we can spend it on. I might want to buy a nun. Basically, if you buy a nun, you can get as you can see a little bit of blood. You can get combos. Basically, if you have 2 ninjas play with, or a ninja play with a nun, you basically get an extra blood. If you play with a priest, you get an extra bit of blood. So we'll do that. It's useful using the berry monsters, but I don't really need it right now for that. Let's buy ourselves a leaf here. We'll buy ourselves a kill one of those wraiths there. Kill another wraith here. And let's just bury that guy, I guess, because we already played our cleric and he's not going to be used again. Let's buy ourselves a potion to heal up a little bit. We'll kill off one of these guys. There's some more painkillers if we need them to basically heal up. Basically, as you can see, my health has gone down to 38, so we're down basically half our health. And you can restore it, but you ultimately want to kill these guys before they kill you for the most part. So we'll just keep focusing on killing them. Have a painkiller here, basically to pop a pill. I can buy a blood coin or get another one if I want to, but we'll save our blood coins for something more important if I need it. Let's get ourselves a priest would be good here. Bury a monster. And let's buy ourselves this archer here, and then we'll buy ourselves another painkiller. A little bit more attack power here. Let's kill one of these guys, and we'll buy ourselves another knight. Now, note by the way, as you can see here, I basically just played a hand with like 2 wraiths, so you can see they're taking away my blood, so I got less blood. I would have had up to 5 with these guys here, but these guys lowered it down to, we have 4 here, but these guys lowered it down to 2. This guy's got a rip sign, basically means that he buried a monster, so he just buried one of the wraiths that were, before him in the discard pile. That's what he's basically up for. And I'll use a blood coin now, I think, to buy ourselves an elite. So basically we can get ourselves a little more attack power of them. And ooh, look at that, a big 8. If I buy a blood coin right now and buy a paladin, we basically will heal 7 damage when we're recruited, so boom. And he's also a big killer, so he's going to be awesome for that. There's a knight and a wraith, so basically we only get 2 attack power from that, so not great, but whatever. Let's buy ourselves a druid. Another wraith, but we had a little bit more attack power for our pikemen and swords and elite here, so basically got a bit more attack power. We get to kill one of these guys. And let's just buy ourselves a nun to bury some guys here, so we bury 2 wraiths there with her. And that'll be ultimately enough to basically kill a bunch of these guys. So let's kill you, let's kill you. I can buy some shurikens, which basically give me some more blood to kill stuff with, so we'll kill one of these guys right here. 3 guys basically my discard pile. Let's buy some shovels to discard them. I'll buy a civil chest here to basically get more money to finish the discarding here, get rid of these guys. If I left one of those guys there, this guy would have buried him, but whatever. Let's just finish these guys off. So 1, 2, and if I buy a shuriken, we can kill off this last one. So yeah, this is basically how this game sort of gets played here. You basically just go by, trying to clear off this row of monsters. The campaign is very interesting, but it's basically it goes, and it basically goes for a while here. Basically you got beat level 25, 50, 75. There's actually a total of 90 campaign missions, and they basically show you interesting little monsters basically as you go along. So it's kind of interesting. This is basically another setup here. We got ourselves a Cyclops up here this time. These guys are a little bit more beefier. There's a couple orcs here. There's a couple goblins. These guys basically my money. Notice that this guy, though, he actually lets you play 2 units from your deck, so he's actually a really good monster to have. But he'll get buried if he's comes into contact with a cleric or one of these guys buries him, so I have to watch out for if I kill him. To start out with here, let's play a miner. That'll get our economy up a little bit. And then we'll buy ourselves a druid. And let's get ourselves a trader. This guy will basically transfer my stooges into farmers, which basically means more money overall in the long run. And then let's see here. I'm going to buy perhaps... I'm tempted to buy a couple of these clerics, but let's just go for a couple farmers so we get more money. Basically, these guys are your basic money guys. These are your basic blood guys. If you want cheap guys, these are good for it. Alright, basically I've gotten to another round. This guy, I'll note by the way, the merchant will basically only operate on guys that are basically basically in the discard pile, so it doesn't actually transform anyone if you're in their hand, so it's not great if he gets played first like this, but whatever. Let's get ourselves this scout. And we'll go and buy... Let's buy a knight, I think. And I'll note, by the way, that this is a game with no sound or anything, so bear with me while my headset goes on and off every so often. Let's get this elite. Alright, now note that we basically have these guys being played on the first hand here. When the merchant basically pops up, we'll actually see him transform some guys, and this is like, similar for play twice more. Let's get ourselves a blood coin here so we can kill one of these orcs. There goes an orc. Now I want to basically get something to kill him with, I guess, at some point, but we'll get to that when we get to that. There's my merchant, by the way, so if I click him, we actually had nothing to play this round because basically he's like the last card played, so that's unfortunate, but whatever, we'll hopefully see him do that in the future. I'm actually going to play that orc now, but whatever, that's fine, I guess. We'll see the orc get played. Let's buy ourselves an archer, and I'll buy a cleric. There's the orc, basically as ZZZ sign, it basically means he does nothing, but, it sucks to basically play him regardless. Let's just get a couple archers here. And yeah, it's very nice to get these, like, play, like, more character cards, because basically you can, like, play a lot of cards with these guys if you're lucky. Actually got enough basically to, get one of these, like, Cyclops dead, so let's kill him. So there goes the Cyclops. Now, these, the clerics can, like, bury him, of course, but, whatever. We'll basically just deal with that when it comes. Let's just kill one of these goblins. And if a cleric pops up, it'll kill that. And let's just get ourselves maybe an archer and our cleric. And you can see, like, these guys are all being played, so I'm getting, like, multiple cards. You can basically play up to 10 cards in a hand during, like, a turn, so you basically play up a lot of cards. If, like, you have all these, like, play extra cards, and you're like, let's get more resources and stuff. Let's kill this guy right here, and we'll get ourselves a knight. I have to watch my health. It is going down very, very fast, so I'm basically down to 16 health, but, we're not dead yet. Although, by the way, each of these guys cause, like, 1 pain each turn, so I'm basically getting, like, free pain from these guys as, like, I basically play my cards, like, each turn. Notice, by the way, that we had a cleric this time around, so he buried this monster here. So 1 rip to basically kill him. Let's actually kill off something else so that, another cleric doesn't come around and kill this, like, Cyclops, I guess, or it'll kill this orc first, I guess, so never mind. Let's just get a nun to get rid of that other goblin there. And we got ourselves another big 6 here, so we'll buy like this. So there's like a big hand. I played 10 cards because basically I have 1, 3, 4, 5. So basically 5 cards got played there. So I got a massive boost in, like, attack power and as well as, like, resources gathered. Let's buy ourselves an elite. There's a rip. So he basically ripped that orc, so he's basically now dead. Let's buy ourselves a priest here to heal up a little bit. Basically, if you buy the priest, you'll heal up a little bit when you basically buy them, so it's worth it for that. Let's buy ourselves a silver chest, and I'll buy a potion. That'll heal us up a little bit. Let's kill off this goblin, or I guess this hob, I guess is what it is. These guys are goblins. They're a little bit, greener, I guess. Let's buy ourselves... By the way, you see you guys getting buried? They're being buried because, like, this merchant here is, like, turning them into, like, more advanced characters. That's what's happening to them. So these guys got replaced basically with, like, a farmer as well as a miner somewhere. Like, I now have an extra miner as he's all this guy's work, the trader. Let's get ourselves this, and we'll get one of these. Nice big 7. We can use that to buy one of you. And we'll buy maybe a blood coin, and we'll buy a priest to heal up and get rid of that goblin. And we can just finish them off right now. So boom, and boom. And yeah, basically, like, this is how, like, this game sort of plays. There's, like, a lot of monsters and, like, characters who basically play this game. It, like, gets kind of crazy if, like, you look into it, basically, because there's, like, a ton of, like, different little portraits. Like, you'll eventually have, like, warlocks, for example. You'll have, like, slimes. You'll have werewolves. You'll have demons. There's, like, a ton of, like, different, like, enemies to fight. There's also a ton of different guys to recruit as well. You'll be able to recruit, like, Vikings and pirates and mad scientists that turn into Hulks and stuff like that. Lots of fun stuff. And yeah, this was 2 Arms. I actually really enjoyed this game. I'm actually going to do probably a roguelike spotlight for it. Even though it's not really a roguelike, it does have that little roguelike element to it. I really enjoyed this game. And it really emphasizes something that, the card roguelike genre, it doesn't have to be, like, sort of like dual type of, like, thing. It can be like a solitaire experience as well, like this. And that's why I want to emphasize my roguelike spotlight, but, whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed this, like, quick video, and take care.